In the second chapter, our central protagonist reveals his real name, Sharavanan. He was born as a boy. He was born as the sixth child in a family that was not really well off. That is how he describes his own family. His father's name is Ramaswamy and his mother's name is Veerama. Now his father worked as a sweeper in the municipality, and they lived near Puttur, near Tiruchi. They got married in 1973. The exact street that they lived in was known as Attumandai Street. Now he describes the mother as somebody who was brave, hard-working, and sweet-tempered, however submitted to her husband's ways. He recalls that both of them faced a lot of oppression on the basis of their caste, and they saw the birth of their son as a way to get out of their misery. So it's on his shoulders that all their dreams and hopes lay. Now his father, before becoming the sweeper at the Tiruchi refugee camp, getting a government job, he had indulged in the milk business, but eventually he shifted to this job. Now he was educated till class 8. He only had education till class 8, so he was always frustrated that he could not get a good job. So when as recalled earlier, Sharavanan was born as the sixth child, but they had been fervently hoping for a boy. However, their two kids, the first two kids turned out to be girls, Radha and Manju. They were named after the Tamil hero MG Ramachandran's co-stars. The father was a fan of MGR. So when this happened, when two girls were born, however, the father did not mind it, even though actually he wanted a son. But the two other children who were born, Vembu and Velachi, they were also girls. They died of mysterious ailments after their birth. So the death of these two children and the fact that he could not give birth, the mother could not give birth to a male child, caused a transformation in Ramaswamy. He turned from an atheist to a believer. Atheist, somebody who does not believe in God. So he started visiting temples. So he visited a particular temple, the Vayalar Murugan temple, and he promised the deity there, Murugan, that he would name the boy child after Murugan. So it is after this transformation from a non-believer to a believer that on March 25th, 1982, Sharavanan was born. So he was named Sharavanan after Lord Murugan. So it was in the 10th year of the parents' marriage that Sharavanan was born. So the birth of this boy in the family was celebrated, and he was really spoiled by everyone in the family, and the only thing that he was expected to do was studying. So even though the sisters also went to school, Radha and Manju, so the little family consisted of Radha, Manju and Sharavanan and the parents. But the sisters, even though they were children themselves, were asked to do all the housework and ensure that Sharavanan studied well. But the sisters never minded this partial treatment, and they were always loving to their little brother. So Sharavanan turned out to be pretty good in his studies. He got the first rank in the first grade itself, and his father was very happy. And he went around the street. The street that they lived now was known as the Bhupesh Nagar street. So he went around carrying his little son on his shoulders. He was very happy. So after the mother left for work at about 5 in the morning, it was his sisters who took care of the house, and then the three of them went to school. So he had to study. So the studying routine that Sharvanan had to follow was pretty tough. He studied early in the morning. After coming back home, also he was forced to study. He had no time to play. So this strict academic routine and the dictatorial ways of his father eventually caused resentment in Sharvanan towards his Appa. Uh, when he was 11 years old, another event occurred that completely shattered him, the death of his mother. So after his mother died, his father remarried. The new stepmother was Lata or Tangammal, whom he calls Chitti. Now she was somebody younger than the first daughter, Radha. But this Chitti turned out to be a good woman, and she also started taking care of Sharvanan. Now, to show how unhealthy, an unhealthy relationship, what a resentful relationship he shared with his father, Sharvanan shared with his father. He recalls that when he was placed second in 6th grade, he did not manage to grab the first grade. His father was so angry at him that he was thrashed black and blue by his father, stamped on his, kicked on his stomach, and his body was full of bruises. So the father figure, Appa, in Sharavanan's life was somewhat a dictator, somebody who was not loving, a scar that always remained in Sharavanan's heart.